Good morning, YouTube. Hey, how are you? We are on YouTube and TikTok simultaneously. It's good to see everybody out there. Hey, Emily. Hey, Joy. How you doing? Thank you so much for joining in this morning. As always, on the YouTube side, we are your independent travel advisor. So if we can help you in any way with your travels, please do reach out. We would love to help you guys out. Hey, Christy, how are you? October 1st. Oh my God, it's already October. We've got 85 days to Christmas as of right now. And in 82 days, we will be boarding Oceania for the first time for our Christmas and New Year's cruise. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. Hey, Joe. We got Ed. We got, oh, hey, Ed is just off the Mardi Gras yesterday. Oh, I hope you had a great time on the Mardi Gras, Ed. We had a fabulous time on that ship. Your countdown is 98 days to the Pride, but who's counting? All right, 98 days to the Pride. Awesome. Hey, Benny, how you doing? Good morning. Jessica, good morning. How are you? And Christy, oh, Christy is 2 days to Christy's birthday. Happy birthday. Hey, by the way, folks, if you're new to the channel, be sure to hit the likes on there, subscribe to our channel, do all that good stuff so TikTok and YouTube know that you like what we're actually doing. So we're here to answer your question. But, first off, some good news. Hey, Sue, how are you? Good morning in California. The good news this morning, U.S. government actually passed a stopgap funding bill. So the government will stay in operation until November 15th. So if any of y'all are heading out on travels in the month of October, you should not get any more disruption than you typically do. But all the federal agencies will be running, so yay. But as I said, this stopgap funding measure is good through November 15th, so it's possible we could be going through all this drama again in a month. But at least all of y'all heading out Monday, and for the month of October, you're good, and into November, you're good. So yay. Cruising Coleman's, how are you? Oh my goodness, from Spain. Good morning in Spain. It's kind of ironic. I just booked some flights today for clients, round trip, Boston to Barcelona, and I booked them a hotel in Barcelona. So hello in Spain. Thank you so much for joining us. Very kind of you guys to reach out. Cabin Life. Hey, you guys are in Germany. I love it. Michael and Nissa, they are in Germany right now. I'm so excited to hear all about your travels. We booked this whole thing for them. They're going to be on land for a while. Then they're going on Celebrity. Then they'll spend the night in Barcelona. Oh, my God. I'm so excited for you guys. So excited for you guys. Holy cow. Kurt Gorman. You got a big week. Your daughter's getting married Friday, and you're going on the seaside for their honeymoon. Oh, my goodness. That should be so much fun, Kurt. That's so awesome. Are you guys going with them on the seaside? I mean, I know it's weird for, the parents to go on a honeymoon, but this is a cruise, right? So are you guys going on the cruise with them? That would be a lot of fun. We got Portland in the house. Good morning, Becky Bergeron. How are you? New media prof. I love it. Poland. Wow, we're Germany, we're Poland, we are like a global melting pot here at Where's Walter Travel. I'm loving this so much. A good question. Philip is asking, will cruises still happen during a government shutdown? The answer is yes, they will, because the Customs and Border Patrol, the U.S. Coast Guard, TSA, Air Traffic Control, they will still have to work should the government shut down. They just won't get paid until the government is back up and running. Now, fortunately, this morning, we did find out that the government will be running through November 15th, so that's a good thing. But even in the event of a shutdown, now things could be delayed for sure. Your cruises may not go out on time. Your flights could be delayed. There can be issues. But yes, everything will still happen. There could just be delays. So let's see. Yeah, time zone difference is weird. Yeah, let's see. Germany. I don't even know what time is it over there in Germany right now. I'm kind of curious. I have no idea. I know that you lose a lot of time going that way, but then when you come back, it's almost possible to land at the same time you took off, which is bizarre. Lance is asking any news under Jubilee. As far as we know, everything's on schedule. The ship looks great. It looks absolutely beautiful. And as far as we know from everything we've heard from Carnival, she is on schedule, on time. So until we hear anything different, as far as we know, it's all good. So it's 4:30 in Europe, according to the Cruising Coleman's. Thank you so much. So it is 10:30 in the morning here. So that is 6 hours ahead of us. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Boston here, 2 weeks from Norwegian Escape on a Canada trip, 11 weeks to the Encore out of Miami. Nice, nice. So we've got 4 countdowns underway. I think for the first time in I don't know how long. In fact, this year, for the first time ever, we're going on 5 cruises this year. So we've got 4 countdowns. So the first countdown, Rebecca?
48.
Is?
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. So for Thanksgiving, we're going to be on the Valiant Lady. And then the next ship?
Oceana, 82 days.
80. You hear the excitement in her voice? 82 days. I can't wait to get on this ship. 82 days. I'm number 1. Rebecca just said I'm number 1. Yay! So 82 days we'll be on the Oceana Serena. And then what's the next one?
255.
255 will be back on the Valiant Lady, believe it or not. And then the next one after that?
384.
384. Now that is, if you have not heard us talking about it already, that is going to be our Sun Princess group cruise. Look, this ship is selling like crazy, and it's not just us with our group. The entire ship is selling like crazy. So the Sun Princess, October 19th through the 26th, 2024. I think we've got about 22, 24 folks already going with us. If you'd like to come cruise with us and meet the mystery woman who is Rebecca, October 19th through the 26th, 2024, we're sailing on the Sun Princess out of Fort Lauderdale, 7-night cruise, 3 sea days. I picked this one on purpose because it has 3 sea days, so we have plenty of time to explore the ship and everything that is with that ship. So if you'd like to join us, where'swaltertravel.com. I encourage you not to wait too long. We are seeing cabin categories go away. I think we're down to like 2 or 3 balcony categories now. The primary mini suites are all gone, but the cabana mini suites are still there. Those are super, super cool. And we've still got some suites left. We've got quite a few interiors still left. So if you'd like to come join us, that is October 19th through the 26th, 2024. The brand spanking new Sun Princess. Reach out to us. If you're on TikTok, you can click our logo and go down to the contact us. Or actually, there's a group link right there. And on YouTube, there are links in the description on how to get in touch with us. So come join us on the Sun Princess. It is going to be amazing. So Emily is 15:35 in the UK. Fabulous. Joy keeps waiting to hear about the seafood restaurant that will be on the Sun. I read the catch somewhere, but only that one place. I don't know if they did not announce a specific seafood restaurant. I think it's going to be something from Rudy. Rudy, whatever his name is. I can't remember what his name is, but Rudy, I believe it's going because it's Rudy Seldemare has shown up on the Sky Princess, or it's about to be on the Sky Princess. That's the one that's been replacing. Actually, I think it's called Rudy's Catch or Rudy's the Catch because it used to be Bistro Seldemare. That's what's rolling out on some of the other ships. So that could be the one that rolls out on the Sun Princess as well. So. Leo from Germany says, hi. Hi, Leo. How are you? I'm glad I got you guys to Germany. I'm glad you're there in one piece. Awesome. Yay. Any excursion that might be canceled during a government shutdown? I have no idea.
I would kind of doubt it because those are run not by any government entity.
Yeah, those are run by independent entities usually. Lee, will you see me on the Icon? We will be on the Icon. We're scheduled to be on the Icon January 20th through 23rd on a preview cruise. So if you're going to be on that preview cruise, we will be there. Adventures with Rena. Hey, you like the Stitch Cup? Yeah, I love it. I love it. Good morning, Mike. How are you? Sandra, you booked another cruise before you got off the Quantum. What's the best way to track price drops? There are various like apps and websites out there that claim to do it. The problem with tracking the price drops is you have to track your specific category. So, we get emails and calls all the time from clients going, hey, I think my price dropped. And when we go in and we check, we actually go into Booking Engine and we check, it's like that very first level of balcony that's gone down, but your level of balcony is still the same or it's gone up. So that's the problem with some of these apps. They may not necessarily be able to track your exact category. They may just track interior, but you have, a thing of interior, a different category. So, but I know that there's various apps out there that claim to do it, and that would probably be the best way. Another way is to simply once a month go in and check, because at the beginning of every month, that's when the price is reset, or as they hit certain levels price. But in general, pricing is not dropping that much. It's just steadily going up. It's just steadily going up. But that would be, the best way really is just once a month, go in and just check and see what is showing. Go ahead and rebook
or
yourself.
every other week, whatever you
whatever you want to do. But certainly at the beginning of every month is when all the pricing and all the new specials and everything gets reset. Just like right now, it's October 1st. So like Virgin Voyages has a whole new package program, but it's generally the first of every month that everything gets reset. Hey, Nurse Tara, how are you? Macrina is asking, what is Princess Plus? So Princess Plus and Princess Premier are onboard inclusive packages. And personally, I think they are two of the best packages at sea right now in terms of like a non-all-inclusive cruise line. The basic of Princess Plus itself, it's your gratuities, it's your Wi-Fi, it's all drinks up to $15 per drink. That includes all the specialty coffees as well. You get 2 casual meals throughout the entire ship. You get 2 fitness exercise classes. You get 2 premium desserts every single day, such as the gelato. You get free room service delivery. You get free Ocean Now delivery, which is the service when you order anything from the app, they bring it to you no matter where you are on the ship. And you get free Ocean Medallion delivery at home. And then the Premier adds even more to that for another $20 a day. But that's what the Princess Plus is a really good, it actually is a really good program. The majority of our clients get the Plus. Only a few of our clients actually just go without it, because if you're going to get Wi-Fi anyway, or you're going to try to get the drink pack, if you're just going to get the drink package, you're actually going to pay more for the entire cruise than if you get the Plus. So yeah, it's a really good package.
It's either people who aren't going to get the Wi-Fi and don't drink that don't get it, or people who are high enough in loyalty levels that they get so many discounts for those items that they don't need it.
Exactly. Mike says Rebecca is the awesome other half. She is the awesome other half. I'm just a pretty guy who gets to be on camera. That's all. Hey, good morning, Roger. We're doing great. Cheers to you. I hope it's a happy Sunday. Rudy Seagrill is the one that is on the Carnival ship. They're calling it, I believe it's called The Catch by Rudy on the Princess ship. So it's a slightly different, I think it's still like a French seafood, kind of like what Bistro Sur La Mer was, but they're changing the style of it. So Cheryl's got 218 days until Alaska on the NCL Jewel, and it's a birthday cruise. Yay! That's awesome. That's exciting. And that looks like a great little, if you're going to go Norwegian in Alaska, that looks like a great ship to do it on. A nice small ship. I like the small ships out there, especially when you're going up to Alaska.
I can say you and I will never do an Alaska cruise on our birthdays.
No, because it's in. Well, we can.
Birthdays?
Oh no, we can't. Our anniversary.
March?
We can do it for our anniversary.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what we can do.
For our birthdays.
Yes. Hey, Becky. Yes, you need to get your fancy coffee in the morning. So you got to get that Plus, right? Because if you have Princess Plus, you get all the specialty coffees as well. So yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. Yay, Lee, you're going to be on that preview as well. Jamie's going to be on the Venezia in 12 days. Ooh, I really want to go on that ship. Please, for those of you who are watching us and you're not in our private Facebook group, please go find Where's Walter Travel, the private group. You got to answer 2 questions to join the group. Either myself or Christy will let you in. So please come on over. It's going on to Venezia. I want to see some pictures. I want to hear what you guys think of the ship, because we've not been on it yet. We have, I believe, 1 client finally going on the ship soon. So I cannot wait to see what that's all about. So, hey, Stacy, how are you? Good to see you. Yes, you're going to be on the Sun with us. I'm so excited. Again, if you're just tuning in, we have a group cruise going out on the Sun Princess, October 19th of 2024. If you'd like to come join us, please do reach out, where'swaltertravel.com, but please do not wait. The ship is selling extremely well. I personally feel like we're going to have a sellout long before final payment comes along. So please do reach out if you want to join us. We'd love to see you on board. User 251, leaving on the Escape in 2 weeks. We love the Escape. Biggest recommendation is Food Republic. Food Republic to me is one of the best restaurants at sea. We love it. I've heard from clients and friends who have gone on and they're like, oh my God, it's an amazing restaurant. It really is. It's so much fun. And the staff was absolutely amazing. So Jessica, you need to convince the hubby to go on the group cruise for your anniversary. Hey hubby, come on. you're going to be cruising with me. You're going to meet the mysterious Miss Rebecca. There's like 22, 24 of us already on the ship. One of the things I'm really hoping to do is a cabin crawl. We've got so many different kinds of cabins right now, including Joe. I know Joe is watching this. He's got a balcony on the Sphere. I didn't even realize it until I started looking at the deck plans. The Sphere, the bottom part of it is the atrium where all that light's going to come in the atrium. But then the top, like half of it, it's actually balconies. They're cabins on the top half of that Sphere. So Joe's got a cabin on the Sphere. We're in the Cove balcony. We've got interiors. We've got a cabana mini suite. We've got balconies. So I'm hoping to put together a cabin crawl on one of the sea days. So yeah, come on. It'll be a lot of fun. We're going to see a brand new ship.
We need somebody to book a suite so we can go look at suites too.
Yeah.
Come on, somebody.
Oh, man. Into the OH. Greetings from Charlotte. Hi, Charlotte. How are you? Would love to join on a printed, but finding it difficult to cancel your Carnival Vista cruise to the Southern Caribbean that sails 1 month later. Why cancel? Take 2. That's me.
Yes, people don't have that much time.
I know you don't have that much time. But you know what? That sounds like a lovely cruise as well. The Carnival Vista is a great ship. We've not been on it yet, but we've sent clients on it, and we know that it's a great ship, and we've heard a lot of great things about the Havana Cabana area. So, you know, don't feel out. We're going to have another one. We will have another one sailing in June or July of 2024. We'll be announcing it this week. Yep, there it is. You heard that we have a family-oriented cruise coming. So probably Thursday night on our Thursday night YouTube live, we should have everything put together for that one. It will be a family-oriented cruise sailing either June 23rd or July 7th, 2024, and it will be sailing out of Port Canaveral. So yes, so stay tuned for that. Yeah. Oh, Roger just got off the Mardi Gras as well. Lovely. Yes, the shows in the main Grand Central area, we really did enjoy them. Yeah. Oh, Becky said when she wins the Powerball, she's going to book a suite. I love it, Becky. But yeah, on the Mardi Gras, the shows in the Grand Central area are quite cool. I thought the shows in the theater were okay. I thought they could have been a little bit better, but certainly those shows out there in the Grand Central. So, and again, if you're just tuning in, please make sure that you subscribe to either our TikTok or YouTube channels and hit those little like buttons so that TikTok and YouTube know that you actually like what we're doing. We really do appreciate it. Let's see. Christy, you can do Brian a birthday cruise in Alaska. His birthday is in May. Yes, you absolutely can. And that's a great time to go to Alaska. People say, so when's a good time to go to Alaska? So May and like end of August, September are 2 great times to go because it's not busy yet. You know, May is the beginning of the season. September is towards the end of the season. The families are there June through August. That is family prime time. That's when it's going to be the busiest.
Well, middle of June to like middle of August.
Yeah, and you're also going to have up to 60 plus ships during that time. So May, September, you got a lot less ships up there as well. So it's a lot less busy. So those are great times to go up there.
And bonus, especially if you're doing a land tour, we were there late May, early June. There were lots of baby moose. Yeah,
if you go early in the season, you'll see a lot of the babies. In fact, we were on a hiking trip with a guy that actually just the 2 of us. It was a great trip, and all of a sudden he's like, "Stop!" And the mama moose came out and just looking, like staring right at us, like staring daggers right at us. And all of a sudden the little baby came out behind her and like crossed behind her, and then the mama moved on. He's like, "Yeah, just stand still." I'm like, "Yeah, I really don't want that thing running at me."
They're huge.
Moose are big. Moose are like freakishly large, especially when you see the itty bitty legs. They're freakishly large. Lalia, the Where's Walter Travel, is that the Facebook group name? It is Where's Walter Travel. There's actually two sites on Facebook. One is our public page, which you can just like, but then there's a private group. And if you search for groups, you look for Where's Walter Travel in the Facebook groups, you will find it. You have to answer 2 questions, and then either myself or Christy will let you guys in. But please do join. We've got a nice little group, only around 400 people. It's really nice, and I love seeing everybody share, their photos and all that information. So, hey, Norma, good morning. Thanks so much for joining us. Thank you, Jane. I appreciate it. Hey, Christy, how are you? Becky's having some coffee. I love it. Lalia's going on and I hope Lalila? Is that Lalia? If I say it wrong, I apologize, everybody. Going on the Carnival Panorama in 2 weeks. Fantastic. Out of California. And Joe is so excited. I know. I'm so excited for the Sun Princess. User 586. You're doing the MSC Seashore in January. Premium Aureus. Nice. No one. So
I will say, do not confuse Yacht Club with suites. They are two separate things.
Yeah. So the Premium Aureus Suite is going to allow you access to the spa. It's what it's going to do. So you're going to get access to the spa.
And on the Seashore, there's an actual separate restaurant for Aurea guests of any level of Aurea.
Yeah, so we were on the Seaside. So the Seaside and the Sea View are the first two ships in that class, and the Seashore and the Seascape are the newer ship, and they actually added an extra deck. They reconfigured the interior of it just a little bit. Apparently, they learned from the first two ships. The Seaside is a little choppy in getting around. It's a lovely ship, but it is a little choppy to get around the ship. Apparently, they fixed that. But we're hoping to go on the Seashore as well next year to try it out, because we did the Seaside, so now I want to see that next evolution. We're hoping to stay in the yacht club for our second cruise, just so we can see what that's all about. We did the standard sailing on the first one, and then we want to do the second sailing on the, we want to do the yacht club on the second one. Now with the Seashore, I do have a whole playlist from the Seaside on TikTok, and I have a whole food tour, like in one video over on YouTube. It's not the same ship, but it will give you some sense of what the food is all about.
Seashore has the rotating sushi conveyor belt thing.
Seashore and Seascape have rotating sushi. One of our clients sent us the pictures. Oh my God, it's hilarious. But I had that whole rotating sushi thing. And 1 or 2 nights during the cruise, they have a flat fee for it. Like you pay one price and you eat as much as you want. So that I do know. So Craig is going on MSC in late November out of Port Everglades.
I'm assuming you mean Port Canaveral.
Yeah, either Port Canaveral or Miami. Those are the two that they're going out of. So thoughts on hop on off in Montego Bay? We've not done a hop on hop off.
And we've not been to Montego Bay.
No, we've not been to Montego Bay yet. So if anybody here is watching and has thoughts on Montego Bay, and maybe you've done the hop on, hop off, please do chime in. We do have a question from Carnival Cruiser 19 on that one. Sorry, we have not done that one yet. We've done a lot, but not everything yet. Curtis went to Alaska 3 weeks ago and saw a lot of wildlife. Crowd's not that bad either. Well, yeah, so you were in September. So yeah, that is definitely the time to go. It's really nice up there. Like I said, May, September, it tends to be quieter and not near as crowded, in terms of people. And when it's not near as crowded with people too, you may start to see a little bit more of the wildlife as well, which is kind of nice. So User 321 loves the yacht club. I don't know anybody who doesn't like the yacht club.
I've seen a few people, but
yeah. But I mean, if you don't know, so we're talking about MSC, we're talking about the yacht club. A lot of you may have heard of the Norwegian Haven. So the Norwegian Haven is a ship within a ship experience. Basically, it's a closed off area of the ship that's only accessible by the people staying there. The MSC has the yacht club, exactly the same concept, ship within a ship. They have 24-hour butler, they have concierge, have their own restaurant, their own lounge, their own pool. So basically, and priority everything. When you go to the private island, they have their own special area. So that's what the yacht club is. And you can get into the yacht club for the same price as the balcony on Royal Caribbean. I mean, it's so affordable to get in there. Whereas, the Haven, it's a pretty steep jump from a club balcony suite up into the Haven. Even the top of the line yacht club suite is still, it could be the price of a junior suite on Royal Caribbean. So it's a very good value. And if you want to experience that, now Rebecca and I, we did standard sailing on the first time because we wanted to make sure that if we're going to send clients on there, they're going to have a good experience, even going as a standard sailor. And we had a fabulous time at a balcony up on deck 15. The ship was incredibly smooth. Cruising Coleman saying they love the yacht club. I mean, I'm telling you. How can you not love the yacht club, for crying out loud? You've got a butler. Literally, when you arrive at the terminal, they've got the whole separate line. But then a butler comes and gets you and takes you all the way to your cabin. I mean, come on.
And you have, if you use your key card to access the elevator, you will get a direct elevator.
On most of them.
Most of them, yes.
Yeah. There's like 1 or 2 specific elevators. It will always come to you, but then there's some other elevators that if you do your key card or your bracelet, it'll just be a straight shot right for you. So that's a lot of fun.
No stops.
Christy is saying, if you want to join the Facebook group, please be sure to answer both questions, because we will not let you in if you don't. User 586, have we been to the MSC private island? You're doing an overnight there on the seashore. Actually on TikTok, I have a whole playlist from the MSC Seaside. I loved it. I wasn't sure about the whole overnight idea. I'm like, what are we going to do overnight at a private island, for crying out loud? And it was actually the most awesome thing. First of all, the island is very natural. I love that about it. Make sure if anybody is going to Ocean Key from MSC, you have to have water shoes. I mean, you have to have water shoes. The shore around the entire island is rocky. As you walk out into the water, it's rocky. There's lots of big rocks and stuff out there. So they've left it very natural, but I love it. It's absolutely beautiful.
There are a couple of beaches that aren't rocky.
Yeah, so right in front of the ship or behind the ship, depending on how the ship pulls in by the lighthouse, there's a sandy beach. And then there's what I call the cove, but it's actually, a strip of water that goes through the island. They've made it sandy beaches on both sides of that. But the whole shore has been kept pretty much natural. Now, in April of next year, March, April, May.
I think it's April to May. I know it's supposed to reopen May 22nd or 23rd.
So the island's going to be closed for 6 weeks because they're going to go ahead and widen the channel to get it ready for the world America. But we've also been told that they might redo the Yacht Club beach to go ahead and add sand there as well. Even the Yacht Club beach is a rocky beach right now. So, but it's a great island. I personally like it more than Coco Cay. That's just me. I like the naturalness of it. And especially since now Coco Cay, they went from a complimentary adult beach to now you got to pay to get to the adult beach. Well, you don't have to pay to get to any of the beaches on Ocean Key, except for the Yacht Club beach, obviously. So.
And their Royal Caribbean's vision of an adult beach was very, very different than what mine was.
Yeah, a Vegas pool nightclub type thing is what that's going to be. So it's going to be interesting. We're going to see it in January. Supposedly, it's going to be open when we show up on the Icon with the preview sailing. So it'll be very interesting to see what it's all about. I mean, maybe it's going to be better than we think it is. Maybe there are going to be quiet areas there, but you do have to pay at least $65 to get in. So, I mean, I don't know. And I know that Carnival was like, ooh, we see what you're doing over there, Royal Caribbean. We're opening a new island too. Oh, we can add some new fees because you just set the standard. So, hey, Chris, how are you? Am I exclusive to MSC Sailings? Oh, gosh, no. No, we are a full-service cruise line. In fact, we've been told we're in the top 100 at Virgin Voyages in the United States for travel agents. So, we book everybody. We just booked our first Celestial cruise, which I thought was so much fun. Our good friends Ben and David just did a 2 or 3 part vlog on a new Greek cruise line that they've never heard of, and it was a really good value, Celestial Cruises. And sure enough, boom, like over the following week we get like 4 or 5 inquiries for Celestial Cruises. That looks freaking adorable. Just a small 2 ships right now. That's it, just 2 ships, family run cruise line. They only do the Greek islands. Looks great, and we've got one client already booked on one of their cruises.
Well, I think they do have a stop in Turkey.
Yeah, they do, but it's just the Greek islands basically. But two ships right now. I think they're building a 3rd. So yeah, no, we do everybody. In fact, I'm talking to clients this afternoon about Disney and about Virgin Voyages as soon as the show is over. So yeah, if you want to talk to us, anybody watching on YouTube, you just go down to the description links there, and if you're watching on TikTok, you can go to where'swaltertravel.com, or you can click on my logo. The second link in my link tree is going to be contact us. Just set a calendar time. That's what I try to tell everybody to do. I have an online calendar. It's the easiest way to get in touch with me, because then you just set up a time that's convenient for you, and I give you a call. We talk about it, and then we book, and there we go. So, hey, Aaron, how are you? Good morning. Yes, it is a little disappointing that Royal Caribbean backtracked on their complimentary. When Royal Caribbean first announced Hideaway Beach, they said it would be complimentary. Now they backtracked on it, and now they're saying it's going to be a minimum $65. That price is going to vary, of course. During the holidays, it'll be more expensive when there's nobody coming. So,
bigger ships in, it'll be more expensive.
Yeah, who knows? But so it is a little disappointing that they backtracked on it a little bit. So, yeah. But yeah, Chris, if we can help you, we would love to. Stacy is saying Mo Bay hop on, hop off is an easy way to get around Montego Bay. They give you a bracelet and it's a van with AC. Thank you very much, Stacy. Oh, and she says pick up about every 15 minutes. So there you go, folks. If you're watching and you go into Montego Bay, the Mo Bay hop on, hop off. Stacy is one of our best clients in the entire world. She's absolutely amazing. One of our earliest clients. And we had an amazing time sailing with them on the Sky Princess. So she says the Mo Bay hop on, hop off is an easy way to see Montego Bay. So thank you so much for that, Stacy. And thanks so much for the conversation. Teet just did the Virgin Voyages Greek Island Glow and Bodrum, Turkey was amazing. Thank you so much for sharing. And thank you so much for reminding me, if you are on TikTok and you're trying to ask a question about Virgin Voyages, you cannot use the word virgin. They will, TikTok, it's not me, TikTok is going to block that question from being asked. So use VV or spell virgin incorrectly. So if you want to ask a question about Virgin Voyages on TikTok, you cannot use that word. Use VV instead. Thank you so much. On YouTube, apparently, it's perfectly fine over there.
Well, frankly, since it's a brand name, it ought to be fine on TikTok too.
Yeah, right.
But, you know,
considering that they have an account on TikTok, it should be good, right?
Wonder how that works. How do they talk about their own cruise line?
Oh, see that? Cabin Life just posted a few pics on Facebook group of your trip so far in Germany. So see that? This is what I love. This is why our Facebook group is set up, because I want to see right here. This is kind of a one-way conversation, me talking to you, but on Facebook, we get to talk back and forth. And of course, if you come on our group cruise, actually come on a ship with us. And don't forget, you know, it's probably near a sellout now anyway, but we are going on the Oceana Serena December 22nd through January 3rd. If you'd like to join us, I mean, this is not a group cruise by any means. This is just, if you'd like to come sail with us, we're going to go experience Oceana cruises for the first time. 12 days. What an amazing itinerary. I know we've got St. Bart's, we've got Guadalupe, we've got Dominica, other places.
Granada's the other one.
Granada's the other one. So we're actually going to 4 ports we've never been to, which is unreal for us.
Caribbean, yeah. Yeah,
in the Caribbean, to do one cruise with 4 ports that we've never been to, that's insane. So at the time we booked it, the cruise started at $68.98 for 2 people in a cabin. I don't know if those cabins are still available. I haven't looked at it lately. But if you're not doing anything for Christmas and New Year's and you'd like to experience Oceana, Oceana is nearly all-inclusive, and they're known for their gourmet food. They have lobster and steak surf and turf sandwiches every day.
At the pool grill.
At the pool grill. Not in the restaurant, at the pool grill. You know what I'm going to be getting most days for lunch? And specialty coffee is included. Oh my God. They even have like self-serve, you know, espresso machines there, you know, one-touch espresso machine. I'm just going to be, yes. And I will be doing some videos from the Oceana Serena for sure. So Katie, good morning. Any suggestions on hotels in Miami? You sail the Celebration in December. I don't have my list in front of me. Yeah, we've got a list of about 12 hotels in Miami.
Oh gosh, more than that.
Yeah.
We've got 2 different lists. We got one for South Beach and one for Brickell/downtown.
So there are 2 areas that we always recommend for our clients: Brickell, which is downtown Miami, and then South Beach. Both are very convenient to get to the port. Now they cost more. The airport is the cheapest area to stay, but the airport is not a good area of town. We don't recommend staying out by the airport. You're also going to be very isolated out by the airport. But if you just want to go for the absolute cheapest hotel and you don't plan to leave your room the entire time until you go to the cruise, you could stay at the airport. But we've stayed ourselves, personally, we stayed at the Kimpton Surfcomber in South Beach. We've stayed at Villa Italia. We've stayed at the El Paseo, but the El Paseo doesn't do one night anymore. We booked people at the Breakwater, which is beautiful. It's right on Ocean Drive there. And in Brickell, we've done the Hampton Inn and Suites. It's a great little place. The Novotel in Brickell as well. But I literally have a list of about 20 hotels that we keep. So if you want to reach out to us, I'll be glad just to shoot you the list of hotels and you can try to find one. But yeah, just reach out to me at Where's Walter Travel for sure. Time for fun. You really enjoy hearing about all these fabulous cruises. We are the best. Oh, thank you so much. We really appreciate all the kind words. First timer. Hey, welcome. Sesanach.
Oh, that's from Outlander. The with the guy I like.
Oh, really? Is that what that is? That's a reference
that's what
to
he
that?
calls. That's what he calls her.
Oh, about that. Hey, see, Rebecca's an Outlander fan. I didn't catch that. Good morning. You booked the Allure in April. Any advice? Have fun. Number one. So number two, we thought on the Symphony of the Seas, the buffet had gotten better since the last time we were on, that's the Windjammer. So you've got the Windjammer and you've got the Solarium Bistro. So the Solarium Bistro up in the front is a smaller buffet, generally quieter than going to the Windjammer. But a great spot for breakfast and lunch is the Park Cafe in Central Park. It's usually a quieter spot. They've got kind of like a salad setup. They've got a sandwich setup. I really enjoyed Central Park. I love getting my salad in Park Central and then just sitting out in Central Park. Central Park was my favorite spot. Do not miss the water show. Do not miss the ice show. Do not miss the Broadway show.
Oasis and Quantum class ships, which Allure is an Oasis class, you can pre-book entertainment. I forget how far in advance.
Yeah.
But I would highly recommend at least saving yourself a spot.
Yeah, because you don't have to pay for the entertainment, but getting a reservation. And I believe Allure may be one of the ones that now has a non-smoking casino. On Utopia of the Seas, they're launching with a non-smoking casino. And I know on the other Oasis classes, most of them, they've gotten rid of their Jazz at 4 nightclub. And they've replaced that with a smaller non-smoking casino. So if that's something that you're interested in, that may be on the Allure now. But at night, you're going to find a lot of things to do out in that promenade area. Plus, there's a couple other nightclubs out there as well. So, I mean, you've got the Broadway shows, the ice shows, the water shows, and you have like something like 10 different nightclub spots that you can go to at night as well. So you just have a great time. I mean, really, they do such a great job moving people around. We were really impressed because we went on the Symphony during the Christmas holidays, right before Christmas, and the ship was sold out, and we had a great time. So have fun. When are we going on the Sun Princess? What class of ship is she? Hey, Gary, how are you? We're going on the Sun Princess October 19th through the 26th, 2024. She is the first of the brand new Sphere class. She's the biggest ship that Princess has ever built. However, what's very interesting about this ship, she's about 175,000 gross tons. Most ships of this size max out around 6,000 people. This one maxes out at 4,300 people. So they've created a lot more public space than you typically would get on a ship like this. And some of the cabins are a little bit large. The cabins are stunning. Gary, if you click on my logo on TikTok and go into my link tree, the very first link will take you to our webpage with all the information about the ship. I would say, again, if you have not booked on the cruise yet, do not wait too long. Since we announced the group like a week, actually 2 weeks ago now, at least 2 balcony categories have completely sold out on the ship. The standard mini suites are now sold out on the ship, but the cabana mini suites are still available. So, and a lot of these are in wait lists. So like if you go to the public site, you might see like, oh, I can get a guarantee on a mini suite. Well, they're sold out. They're just in a wait list. So if somebody cancels, you'll get a mini suite. So,
and for those of you who are regular Princess cruisers, very exciting, no shower curtains.
Oh, yeah, they finally got rid of the shower curtains on the Sun Princess. That's like a big deal. They have glass doors on all the showers now. Finally, maybe they'll go back and retrofit all the other ships. Princess is still one of those cruise lines that still freaking has shower curtains, even on their Royal class ship, the new ship. But they announced this week, Gary, like 29 restaurants and bars are available. We're all still waiting to see what's behind the black door. That's supposed to be announced soon. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So if you want to join us, like I said, we've got 22, 24 people already on the cruise. It would be great to have all the rest of y'all come along. And like I said, if you want to actually meet and see the mysterious Miss Rebecca, it's the only way to do it. You've got to be on a cruise with us. Aaron, great question. How far in advance do I think a hotel should be booked for Miami and Fort Lauderdale? Really anywhere. As soon as you know you're going somewhere, I would go ahead and book, because obviously the closer you get, the higher the rates are going to be. The rates don't go down anymore.
And especially if you can get a room with a refundable rate, go ahead and book it.
Yeah, because like we get this all the time with our clients. We basically use the travel agent version of Expedia. There's one rate that's non-refundable, and then there's another rate that's refundable. And yes, it costs, maybe $20 more, but at least it's refundable literally almost right up until you have to travel.
Usually 2 or 3 days before you arrive.
Miami and Fort Lauderdale are not cheap. Especially Miami. Miami is not cheap.
And I will warn you, the one thing, if you go out to eat in Miami, make sure you look at your check really closely, because most restaurants in Miami automatically add a gratuity no matter how many people are in your party.
Yeah.
So look at because you could be double tipping. So just look carefully at your receipt and you'll be able to tell.
Yeah, Miami gets so many international travelers, and tips are not a part of many countries. So they go ahead and automatically add the tip, and then if their tip on that, you're adding a double tip. So Miami, Fort Lauderdale may do it as well. Another thing, I
don't think I've seen it in Fort Lauderdale, but
they might.
Doesn't hurt to check. I know Miami.
Yeah, and the other thing about Fort Lauderdale and Miami, a lot of people may not realize, they're so close together. There's a lot of infrastructure and shuttles and things that take you back and forth between the Miami airport and Fort Lauderdale airport and Port Miami. So when you're looking at flights into Miami, sometimes it's cheaper to fly to Fort Lauderdale, and it could be significantly cheaper, where it's like, okay, the cheaper flight and the shuttle from Fort Lauderdale to Miami is still cheaper than just flying into Miami. So you do have options. You do have, and sometimes it's even the other way around. Just depends on the ports and who's set up to fly into what. So Douglas Cole is asking if we have any experience with GoPort. We do not. That's GoPort. GoPort. We do not. If anybody who's watching has experience with GoPort, please chime in so we can pass that along to Douglas. Hey, Desiree. Good morning. Good morning. Thanks so much for tuning in. Boss ladies from Dominica, that is awesome. What cruise line have we traveled the most? I think as of right now it's Princess.
Yes, that's 5.
5 on Princess, 4 on Celebrity. We will have.
Let's see, we're
going to have 4 on Virgin by the time we're done next year.
Yeah. We've done 2 on Norwegian, 3 on Royal Caribbean. Everything else is
1 so far.
1.
Yeah. So Katie, please do send us a message. I'll just be glad to send you that link of stuff. So Arthur, you're welcome. I'm glad that we can offer some good advice and suggestions. That's what we try to do. We try to have a little fun while we're at it too. So, and if we can help you guys with your booking, we love doing that. Arthur, you're hearing that rumors that Royal Caribbean is considering building a smaller ship. Yes, the CEO in an interview recently said, and I'm very excited about Royal Caribbean doing this. He basically acknowledged that, look, people love our smaller ship, but they're old. And there's just so much you can do with a 25-year-old ship to modernize it. So they have hinted now, in the time that it takes them to build, say, an Icon of the Seas, they can probably build 4 small ships. And that, we've got the Serenade, we've got the Vision, we've got the Grandeur, even the Jewel is a smaller ship. It would be great to see them take all this new technology, everything that they've learned from the big ships and the modern ships, and then bring that. I mean, a theater in the round, like what Princess has just done on the Sun Princess, that would be spectacular on a small ship. That would be a great use of a small ship, because then they could reconfigure different ways. But yes, he hinted that they will. He hinted that they're looking at building smaller ones. We have no idea of a timetable. We have no idea how many there would be. But I got to believe for the price of 1 Icon, they can build at least 3 small ones, maybe 4. But certainly in that time frame, they could build 3 or 4 small ones. So that would be great. That would be great to see them do it. So Sassenach, they hate. They love to gamble, but they hate the smoke. There you go. And by the way, if you don't like the smoke, 2 cruise lines, Celebrity and Virgin Voyages, both have smoke-free casinos. Like the entire casino is smoke-free. Some of the other cruise lines are starting to introduce smoke-free section. Royal Caribbean is now introducing a separate smoke-free casino, which is fabulous. I do love that idea.
Some of the Carnival ships have a smoke-free section in there.
Yeah, but the smoke is still gonna, waft through. Desiree is asking, have we gone on a cruise during Christmas week, and if so, how was it? Taking a chance and going Christmas cruise next year. So last year, we did December 17th to the 24th. So we literally got off the ship on Christmas Eve. It was great. It was, I mean, the ship was completely sold out. It was the Symphony of the Seas, you know, upwards pushing 6,000 people, around 5,900 people or so. And it was great. The ship did a great job moving people around. It was really fun with all the festivities on board, right? You know, the tree, the decoration. They had Christmas carol. We missed the Christmas caroling, but they had Christmas caroling.
They showed Elf in the theater.
Oh, yeah. We actually got to see Elf in a theater. It's the first time we've seen it in a theater. We saw it with the whole audience. That was so, like, everybody knew the lines. So that was so much fun. But yeah, it was great. And now this year,
Santa was in the buffet.
Yeah, Santa was in the buffet. We knew him, so he was there. But this year, we're doing the smallest ship we've ever sailed on, 670 passengers. We're going to be on the Oceana Serena. We will be sailing December 22nd through January 3rd. So we actually get to do, we booked this cruise back in 2020. We were going to do the Jewel of the Seas. It was going to be Christmas and New Year's, but of course the cruise got canceled. But we're going on the Oceana Serena for Christmas. Now, this is going to be basically all adults. Again, it's only 670 people, so it will be a totally different experience than going on a mainstream cruise line for Christmas. But I think, you know, if you're going to go for the holidays, one, you have to expect the ship is going to be full. Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, you got to expect it's a sold-out ship. Even spring break week, you got to expect it's going to be a sold-out ship. So you just got to go in there with the mindset and the expectation and the preparations, okay? You're going at a very busy time, so the ship is going to probably be sold out, except there are going to be lines some places. Things are going to be sold out. You won't be able to get into that thing at that time that you want to go. You might have to go on a different day and a different time. So you just have to accept and roll with it. Just like we always say, you got to roll with it. And during the holidays and during a sold out sailing, like our Thanksgiving cruise on the Valiant Lady, 100% sold out. Restaurant reservations go up in a couple of days. We know it's going to be very difficult to get the restaurant that we want at the exact times that we want. That's okay. We'll just go when we can. And then when we get on board the ship, we'll see if we can change it around. So it should be a lot of fun. Kurt is saying GoPort will book your hotel and off-port parking in a package. They only do 7-day cruises now. Thank you, Kurt, for that. I really appreciate that very much. And Celeste Brewer is saying they've used GoPort twice. Good experience. They have a variety of hotels, which you should research individually. So thank you very much, guys. So there you go. Now, when it comes to things like that, we will just go ahead and book the hotels for our clients. And in terms of parking, we have found, at least here in Florida, we have found that parking at the port is just as easy as parking off-site. So now at Port Canaveral, Port Everglades, and Miami, we actually park directly at the port. And we just, especially when you come off the ship, it's so much easier just to go walk to your car than it is to get into a shuttle and go get, I mean, it cuts off a good 45 minutes, sometimes an hour on your journey getting home to be able to just walk directly to your car. So that's really, really good. So,
but you can save some money by doing that.
You absolutely can. We the only place we've had a good experience was Port Canaveral, Port Everglades. Port Everglades, there's like a park and cruise or something like that. We've had very good experience with that. Marie, 59 days to the Discovery Princess. Love it. Such and that you've never been on a cruise. Well, you've reached the right people. Reach out. Come on, let's have a conversation. You've already got an Outlander fan right there. Rebecca might even join the conversation. You never know.
Although I haven't seen the last few seasons
in a while.
We don't have Netflix anymore.
Yeah, she just wants she just likes, when Jamie, doesn't have clothes on. I think I look just like Jamie without my clothes on, but apparently I don't. I don't know, but she's really
almost identical.
Oh, Desiree says she's been on a cruise for Thanksgiving. So this is going to be our fifth, I think our fifth Thanksgiving cruise. This is like a tradition with us now. We go cruising every Thanksgiving. This year we decided just to throw it open to a group, and we ended up with, I think, almost 30 people coming with us on the Valiant Lady. That's going to be so much fun. We will be broadcasting live, or we're going to attempt to go live from the Valiant Lady. So that should be a lot of fun as well. But yes, that's the next. Reach out. John, you're taking your first cruise in January, just a 3-day to Ensenada. So know that those 3-day cruises sometimes turn into a booze cruise. All right. And they're not necessarily a good representation of what cruising is really all about. I call them a Las Vegas weekend, because when you're only on a ship for 3 days, I got to get the most I can out of these 3 days. And certain people, that just means I'm going to party as hard as I can. I'm going to drink as hard as I can, just as if they were going to Las Vegas. So just know that sometimes the 3-day cruises can be a little bit of a party, especially depending on whatever ship you're going on. That can be a bit of a party cruise. So just know that going in.
And we have not heard the best reviews of Ensenada.
Yeah, Ensenada, if you're going to get off the ship at Ensenada, I highly recommend doing a cruise line excursion. It's not the safest place in the world. Ben and David and Stephanie did their recent Norwegian Bliss. It was not a very pretty place, so just know that. Cheryl loves Royal Caribbean. They are awesome. They're an awesome cruise line. A lot of fun. They have the best entertainment. If you are not following Nick Weir, I think it's W-E-I-R. It might be W-I-E-R. Nick Weir on Twitter and some other social accounts. He is the head of all entertainment for Royal Caribbean. He's been posting a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff, including the new Icon of the Seas. He's been putting some teasers out there, showing us some of the rehearsals and things like that. It's really, really interesting. Stacy Dream Disney, you're excited because the smoke is why you stay away from the casino. Us too. To be honest, I get that there's a lot of people out there who smoke. Honestly, the worst was the Carnival Mardi Gras, but it was the worst for a good reason. They actually have glass doors on either side of the casino, but that means that when that door opens and you step in, you're basically just stepping right into a wall of smoke. So that was the worst from that experience. But that's one of the reasons why we love going on Celebrity so much. You know, you can walk through the casino, and then Virgin Voyages, you can walk through the casino.
We're not gamblers, but some of them, you have to walk through the casino to easily get from place to place. Right. But they're so bad that I would go up a level, over, down, and it can be pretty overwhelming when you're not a smoker.
Yeah. And I at one time, so I have a 30-year career in television, film, and marketing. And for 2 years, I worked for the largest casino in the world. So I don't gamble because
it was at the time.
It was at the time. But I know how everything works behind the scenes. So I never play in the casinos, either on a ship or in Las Vegas. I would rather spend my money on a good excursion or a really good meal. So Katie, sailing on the Celebration the week of Christmas. Yay! Maybe we'll wave to you from the Serena. That would be awesome. Parking for the Manhattan Cruise Port. I have no idea.
Somebody has a suggestion a little further down.
Do they? Okay, go ahead, Rebecca. What is it?
Boss OS 97 says Manhattan Cruise parking. They take you to the cruise terminal in your own car.
Love it. So it's basically like valet parking. I love it. Thank you, Bossos 97 for that. So Manhattan Cruise parking is 5 stars from Bossos 97. That's actually an interesting idea. I've heard of that in some other places as well. But that's very cool. So Manhattan Cruise parking is what they recommend. They take you to the cruise terminal in your own car, and then they go park it back at the garage. So, and Sassanetch is saying that you need to catch up.
I'd love to. I just don't have anywhere where I have unpaid or already paid access to At the moment, we're working hard. I've got to work hard enough to get her that access to Jamie again. Uncle Bunks, have we cruised through the Panama Canal? Actually, we have an interesting story about that. We did the Island Princess out of Fort Lauderdale. The cruise itself is what's known as a partial transit. So we went in through the Gatun Lock. The ship turned around in Gatun Lake and went back out. But we did an excursion, and I think this was a really cool way to see the Panama Canal. We did an excursion on a smaller boat with about 250 people, maybe 200 people. It's a very small boat. And what that meant was, and we went all the way to the Pacific Ocean. We went under the Bridge of the Americas. So we went all the way through the canal on this smaller boat. And what was really cool about it, when you come in with a ship, you're like basically on a small skyscraper looking down on the canal, and it's really cool. But when you're in a small boat and you pull up to the lock that needs to lift you up, the walls are like, 10, 15 feet above you. And you really appreciate the size of the Panama Canal. Now, this was the original lock. So I highly recommend, if you're going to go on the Panama Canal, go on a smaller ship like the Island Princess that's going to go through the original lock. So they're so freaking cool. And at one point, when the ship was going into the Gatun Locks and we were low before we got lifted up, my friend Mitch and I ran down to the promenade deck. I don't know, deck 7, something like that. We were level with the ground. Like we could literally step over the balcony onto land and step back. Now, don't do that because they're going to kick you off the ship if you do that.
but literally like it was that close. We could have just stepped right off to that, which was kind of neat. But doing that excursion that took us all the way through to the other side. It was hot as blazes that day, but it was super cool to experience it both from a big ship going into the lock and then a small ship going all the way through the Panama Canal. It was very cool. It was very cool. But the next time I do want to, what I really want to do now is we have not cruised the West Coast yet. So I want to take a ship from Florida, take it over to LA, and then, you know, either do Mexican Riviera or go do one of those Hawaii cruises. That's what I really want to do next in terms of the Panama Canal. So yeah, that would be really nice. Beth Melvin loves Celebrity. Celebrity is a great cruise line. It really is. I think Virgin Voyages and Celebrity are very, very similar vibe. Princess is really elevating their game of late. I think those are three very good cruise lines for adults right now, for sure. Hey, Rick, you're all set for your Scarlet Lady cruise for Thanksgiving. Yeah, that's right. So the Scarlet Lady is going to be doing a shorter cruise for Thanksgiving. The Valiant is doing the 8-night that we'll be on. Hopefully, it would be kind of neat if we all showed up at Bimini, you know, together. But they can only do one ship at a time at Bimini. But that's so exciting, Rick. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Yes, and we've got Becky on the Panama Canal. One of our clients, Becky, is on the Panama Canal cruise on the Island Princess. What a great ship. Island and Coral. Yeah, the Island and the Coral Princess were both specifically made for the Panama Canal, for the original lock. Interesting tidbit, the Sun Princess that we're all going on for our group cruise in October, she can fit through the new locks, which is very interesting. So maybe the Sun Princess is going to come to the West Coast at some point. So definitely y'all want to come on that cruise for sure. Let's see. Purple Grass, thoughts on a Carnival Horizon. We've not been on it, but it's a great ship. We have put clients on there. So that's the Vista class. So you get the Vista, the Horizon, and the Panorama. There might be one more.
No, I think that's it.
Yeah, so that might be the three. The Panorama is actually the largest one. But the neat thing about the Horizon and the Vista and the Panorama, they have the Havana Cabana area, which is kind of like a, a little separate area. And it has a pool. It has like a real honest-to-goodness pool. Whereas the new Excel class, they also have the Havana Cabana, but it's more like a plunge pool. So yeah, the Carnival Horizon, you're going to get great pizza. Oh man, pizza's so good. And they have that Havana bar. That is the best coffee at sea. I mean, I love my Celebrity coffee. I love my coffee on MSC. But that Cuban coffee that they make at the Havana bar on the Carnival ship, oh man, so freaking good. So freaking good. So, oh yeah, there's a good point. Cancer survivors don't like to walk through all that smoke. That's a very good point.
I don't like to either, and
yeah.
As a non-smoker, don't.
Yeah, Aaron asked a very interesting question over on YouTube. Are Floridians excited about the Brightline expansion? I'll explain that in a moment. And then is the Caribbean even more unbearable in the summer compared to South Florida? Well, number two, no. The Caribbean is actually not, I mean, it's hot in the summer for sure, but you've got the summer breezes. It's the humidity. It's just really, really humid. That's the thing that kind of gets you. So that's pretty much the same as South Florida.
Temperatures in the Caribbean do not vary hugely based on the time of year.
Not really. They got the prevailing breezes and all of that. In the wintertime, it is cooler for sure, but it's drier. It's not as humid. That's
the ocean temperatures that really show a difference.
Now, the Brightline expansion, if you don't know what that is, the Brightline is a new train that has been introduced here in Florida. And it now runs from Orlando all the way to Miami. And it's an alternative to driving down. It's a I don't want to say it's like a first class experience, but it's an elevated experience over a standard train. It's faster. It can get you from Orlando to Miami in about 3.5 hours, which is about the amount of time that it takes to drive. But a standard train, which makes all the stops along the way, takes even longer to get down there. On the one hand, that's a great thing. It really is a great thing. Now, I was excited about it because we live in Orlando, and I was very excited to take the train and get down to Miami for our Thanksgiving cruise on the Valiant Lady until we looked at the pricing. And the pricing for our Thanksgiving cruise, now it might be higher, just because it's the holiday, but they do charge for your baggage. So if you're bringing luggage onto the train, that does cost more. And it was around $355, maybe $375 round trip from Orlando. And then we did the math for us to drive down and to park might be around $225, for the week, including the gas and the parking at Port Miami. So we're going to save about $100. Yes, I'm going to have to drive 3.5 hours each way. And that's a little bit annoying, but we're going to save, possibly over $100. But if you're flying in, so what that does offer you, potentially you'd have to look at the pricing and see how it all works out. But if you have a Miami or a Port Everglades cruise, you now have the possibility to fly into Orlando. Or if you're taking a South Florida cruise and you want to experience Universal, SeaWorld, Disney World, Legoland, everything that happens here in Orlando, you do have that opportunity now that if you're in Fort Lauderdale, you can take the train up, spend a few days in Orlando, and then take the train back down. But it's not, it's not cheap. It's not like really cheap. Like a standard train is not nearly that expensive to go, but the Brightline, brand new trains, faster train. So they look beautiful. They look absolutely beautiful, but it is a little bit more costly than what you might expect. So I'm really excited about the train. I would like to see the prices come down just a little bit more so we can really take advantage of it. Lady K, now it might be worth it in June when we have to take that 4-day cruise. Just take the train and back so we don't have to drive both ways in 4 days, but we'll see. Lady K is taking a cruise from Port Canaveral. Do I suggest staying in Orlando or lodging near the port? Well, it depends on when you're flying in, okay? It's about an hour to get from the Orlando airport to Cocoa Beach from the time you get in the vehicle, not from the time you land, but from the time you get in the vehicle. It's about an hour to get there. So if you're landing, say, after 6 p.m., that might be exhausting to, land in Orlando. Then you got to take a shuttle. Then you got to check in and all that stuff. So if you're landing after 6 p.m., you might want to stay in Orlando because it's going to be, you can just literally stay at an airport, stay at a hotel near the airport. There's some great little airport hotel clusters that have restaurants right within walking distance. If you're getting here, before 4 p.m. at the latest, maybe 4 or 5 p.m. at the latest, then maybe, yeah, you go ahead and take one of the shuttles, takes you all the way over to Cocoa Beach, and then you're at the beach. You're there, and you're generally no more than 15 minutes away from the port at that point. So it's up to you. And if you're like, yeah, I don't care if I land at 9 o'clock, I'll go all the way to the port. It's totally up to you. But for me, if I was landing after 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, I'd probably stay in the Orlando area earlier in the day. I would want to get over to Cocoa Beach. John M., any experience on the MSC Seascape? Well, I have a whole playlist on the MSC Seaside right here on TikTok. Similar ship. The Seascape is the newer version of it. In fact, the Seascape is the newest version of the Sea ships. So you will get a sense of that, but just know that the MSC Seascape is newer. It has one extra deck. It does not have the zip line. It has a few more restaurants, I think, on it. But you'll get a sense of it. We really enjoyed MSC. The thing about MSC, you have to go in with the mindset that MSC is MSC. When you pay the least amount of money, most of the time for a cruise, you have to realize that some things are going to give. So, entertainment is not the same as the Norwegian Royal Caribbean. Maybe some of the dining experiences are not quite the same, although I think their specialty game is great. I thought the buffet and the main dining room in some respect was certainly better than Carnival, Royal Caribbean, and Norwegian. But, there's the good with the bad. Some things just are not quite as up to par as everybody else. But I think for the value that you pay for MSC, the value is about an 8.5. It's a really good cruise line. Valerie's going on the Norwegian Escape. Love it. Any tips on where to stay in Manhattan? That I do not have. No, in fact, we've not even booked anybody. We booked some cruises out of Manhattan, but it's been New Yorkers. So they just go. It's expensive. Yeah. That I will tell you, it is so expensive to stay in Manhattan. Obviously, it's hard to find a low fare up there. But I don't have. I mean, basically in Manhattan, what I would look at is where's the cruise pier, and then try to find something somewhat close so that you're not having to take a long taxi or a long shuttle to get there. But we've not had to investigate any hotels yet for our clients because everybody that we've sent on a cruise out of there is from New York, so they're just coming in the day of. So if anybody here watching has any suggestions on a Manhattan hotel, that'd be great. Vanessa's excited about the Brightline. She lives in the Orlando area as well, so she's excited about the Brightline. And especially if you don't drive, you don't have a car. I mean, the Brightline's gonna be brilliant.
it's just one person going, then it's definitely going to be
then it's going to be more cost effective than say the two of us going. So yeah, that's great. Good morning, Deb Brown. How are you? Let's see. Lalia, you checked in yesterday for a 2 to 2:30 arrival time for the Carnival Panorama. Do I know if the porters will still be taking luggage at 2 p.m.? Oh yeah. So the porters, until check-in is over, the porters are still there. They have to take the luggage. You know, there may be a 4 o'clock load in. So yeah, the porters are there. It doesn't matter which port we're talking about in the United States. The porters or somebody from the terminal is going to be there waiting to get your bags, to get them onto the absolutely. We recommend tipping all of your porters. You should definitely tip your porters. What do we do with ours?
Usually somewhere between, depending on how heavy and big the bag is, $2 to $5 a bag.
There you go, $2 to $5 a bag. Always tip your porters. I mean, those guys are working hard, especially in South Florida. Holy crap, it's hot, it's humid. So always tip the porters.
And I just consider it extra insurance
to make sure it gets there. So Kurt's asking about the coffee on Princess. So the Royal class ships, like of which the Sky Princess is, the coffee's pretty good. The older ship that still have that syrup, like if they have that, you know, pull spout, it's awful, terrible. But the specialty coffee that they make, usually quite good. It's usually strong, like Italian coffee, but it's quite good. But on the newer Royal class ship, the coffee in the buffet is drinkable, which I can't say about the older ships at all. The coffee in the MSC buffet was actually surprisingly good. Skinners, I love it. Oh, Skins, do I do the travel visas for your clients? No, I don't do the travel visas for our clients. I will send them the links and the information on how to get it, but we don't arrange them ourselves. You have to do that because there's questions they're going to ask you that we can't answer. So.
And a lot of them nowadays are electronic, so you need to be able to get them on your phone.
Yeah.
Some other device.
Syndicate, 1 week until your first ever cruise. Wonder of the Seas. Wow. You're going on a nice little tiny boat there. That is nice. Can't wait. 1 week. It's so small. You're going to be like, wow, I thought the ship was going to be bigger. That is the biggest ship out there right now until the Icon of the Seas comes out and takes over the title. You're going to have an amazing time. What I would highly recommend, if you haven't already, Ben and David Cruise with Ben and David on YouTube. They did a great tour of the entire ship. Both Ben and David and the Sean Stef channel did fabulous vlogs. They were on that very first cruise when the ship first came out. So I would do some research watching those two channels for sure before you go on there. Because especially Ben and David, they do a nice job giving you the entire tour. Then Stephanie does a really nice job of what it's like to be on the ship. So, and we're very proud. We are travel partners with Cruise with Ben and David. And of course, we're travel partners with the Sean Stef channel as well. Extremely proud to be working with both of those channels. But yeah, Wonder of the Seas, go check out. You can just go to Cruise with Ben and David on YouTube and search for Wonder of the Seas, and it'll bring up their vlog. So it'll be great. It'll be great. Boss Lady stumbled onto my page. Well, hey, however you found us, cheers. Thank you for finding us. We appreciate it. Oh, looks like Carolyn Muller saying the Plaza in Manhattan. Thank you, Carolyn. I really appreciate that. User 251 saying stay in New Jersey, a 30-minute ride or less. I didn't even think about that. You could do that. Yeah, you could totally do that. Why not? So Valerie, this is your first cruise going out of New York as well. Well, you've got two good suggestions. So it's your first cruise. Yay. Welcome to the cruise family. Some quick tip. Number one, make sure you've got make sure that you completed all of your check-in information before you show up. Number two, take printouts with you. We recommend, even though everything's on your phone, whatever you can print out from your online account from ncl.com, print it out. You know, your check-in information, your room information.
Dining reservations.
Dining reservation. Just have it all printed out with you. When you're walking up to the terminal, have everything ready and out. You don't want to be, as you get up to the front of a line, you don't want to be going, oh, wait, I got to get my ID out. I've got to get my passport out. Like whatever it is, have everything out in your hand. As you're approaching the terminal, makes it that much easier. If you're going to use your phone and everything electronically in the phone, have the Norwegian app already open before you get inside the terminal, because the terminal is a steel building. And while your phone should work perfectly fine inside the building, when you want it to work, it doesn't work and you can't get the signal. So have everything open and ready. That's the big thing. And once you get on the ship, Your room is not going to be ready until around 1:30, probably 12:30 to 1:30.
I'd say more like 1:30 to 2.
Yeah, 1:30 to 2. So check in your big stuff, but bring on the most important things that you need to have with you. And I would recommend bring like a bathing suit or a change of clothes with you. Just go in the bathroom, get changed, and go hang out by the pool. You know, while you wait for the room to get ready. Hey, Cruising Coleman, have a great day. Thanks so much for checking in from Spain. I love it. Have a great day, guys. Yeah, so like you can just go hang out by the pool or start walking around the ship. I see so many people who get on a ship and then they just sit there in the atrium and they're just waiting for their room. Like, go walk around the ship. The ship is big. Go start walking around, find out where things are, and go to Food Republic. If you're looking for a good dinner one night, go to Food Republic. So here you go. The New Yorker was recommended by a live streamer a couple of days ago. There you go. The New Yorker is a good one. How do we know which travel visas you need? Well, we just have to look it up. You know, basically, here's the easy way. You Google search country name visa.
Well, if you're from the U.S., the State Department on their website, they do have a section for travelers, which will generally tell you any visa requirements, any vaccine requirements.
There is that.
You know, anything like that. Although sometimes countries such as, say, Turkey require it if you're flying in, but if you're on a cruise ship, you don't need the visa. So there can be some differences, but it gives you a good start. Go to state.gov and look at the travel section.
There you go.
And you can look up all the individual countries you're going to.
There you go. Do I recommend using the key? You have the key this December on Symphony of the Seas. That's too funny. We had it on the Symphony of the Seas too for the first time. So what we recommend the key if you are if the price of the key is close to the Wi-Fi price. The thing I don't recommend about the key, so here's the coolest thing about the key. When you get on the ship, you can drop off your bags. I love that. So whatever you're carrying on with you, you can drop off your bags. That's fabulous.
There will be a place, usually by one of the dining rooms, a table where you check in,
drop off the bag. I love that.
Show up at your cabin.
And make sure, you know, when you're walking up to the terminal, you tell that very first terminal agent you see, I'm in the key. Because there's a separate line. You don't want to be waiting in that long line and then find out, oh, I could have been in the terminal already way over there. So as soon as you approach the terminal, let them know that you're in the key. Again, have your paperwork out. The only thing I don't recommend about the key is that lunch. They say it's a chopped grill lunch that's served in the main dining room. It's a main dining room lunch trying to make a chopped grill lunch. Not that great. I mean, what's really nice about it is you do get to sit down. You do get to relax.
It's not crowded. It's not rushed.
The burger wasn't that great. The shrimp cocktail wasn't that great. The best part of it was just being able to sit down and relax, but don't expect it to be a great lunch. If it was me and we're going to do it again, I'm going to go into Central Park and go to Park Cafe and get lunch there instead. Again, I don't want to go to the buffet because everybody's up there, but the key lunch was, you know, that boarding lunch was okay. I would just go up to the Park Cafe and get lunch up there. But watch for your, you're going to have like 1 hour of free time on the ice skating rink. You're going to have 1 hour of free time on the flow rider. You're going to get a list with that schedule. So yeah, it's nice. The priority boarding is the best part of the whole thing, really.
Well, I think dropping
the
off
bags.
the luggage.
Yeah, the priority boarding and dropping off the luggage. That's worth the key alone.
Yeah, and you did get some special seating in the theaters for some of the big shows.
Yes, you do. You absolutely do. So let me get out of that. Let's see. So Teresa, you just returned from Discovery Princess in Alaska 3 weeks ago. Oh yeah, 4 of you came back sick. That still happens. I mean, it's not going away. Unfortunately, it's not going away. We're scheduled to get our boosters in a couple weeks, so that's the best you can do. I mean, it's just like anything else. It's not going away. You can get it on a cruise. You can get it at the theme parks. You can get it at the supermarket. You can get it in the theater.
Get it on the airline going to your cruise.
Yeah, you know, sporting event.
It came from.
So yeah, I mean that. You know, we all know the risk of traveling. You know, we all know the risk
being
getting onto a ship. Yeah, so unfortunately, it's going to happen. We're knock on wood. So far, we've not had it. But we have gotten every single scheduled booster all along the way. So yeah. So sorry about that. Hope you feel better soon. Char 82. Any suggestion parking lot at Port Canaveral? Actually, the port. We park at the port. We've had absolutely no issues parking at the port. You got two options at the port. One, you come in early, or two, when we were on the MSCC side, we happened to have like a 2 o'clock check-in, like a 2:15 check-in. We rolled up at like right about 2 o'clock. Literally rolled right up. There were 4 cars in front of us to get into the parking garage. When we got out of the parking garage, we were on the ship in less than 10 minutes. Just walked right into the terminal, got right onto the ship. So parking right at the terminal is easy. Parking at the port. When we were on the Carnival Mardi Gras, we showed up early. Yes, there was traffic, but we were able to get into the parking garage, no problem. So yeah, we just park at the port. So we parked at the Carnival parking garage, and we parked at the Norwegian and MSC share the same parking garage. Haven't had any problems.
Yeah, we did one time do an offsite parking thing, which it worked out okay getting to the ship, getting back.
Yeah.
We did okay.
We did a Cocoa Beach hotel that had one of those, you can leave your car at the hotel. It worked great getting to the ship, but then when we came back, it was so unorganized, such a cluster, that now every time we go to Port Canaveral, we just park there. We've had no problems at all parking there. Like I said, what's really nice is when you come off the ship, you don't have to find the shuttle. You don't have to wait for the shuttle to get full. You don't have to wait for the shuttle to drive you to wherever you got to go, and then you get your car. By that time, we're already 35, 45 minutes down the road. So I would rather, even if it costs a little bit more, I would rather park at the port or just be able to come off the ship, walk directly to my car, and go. That's just me.
But your budget, so
exactly, and you know your time.
Just Google Port Canaveral offsite parking, and a bunch of things will come up. There. And look at how they're rated on, like, say, Yelp.
Yeah. And Cocoa Beach is a great place to stay before the cruise. It's just a nice little beach town. There's some fun miniature golf. There's some great family-owned restaurants there as well. So yeah, it's really, really fabulous. Oh, you're welcome, Char. I hope that was helpful. And if we can ever help you in the future, please do reach out. Hufflecup just got off the Wonder of the Seas this morning, and you missed it already. I know. You get off the ship and you're like, wait a minute. Where's my coffee? Where's my room being made up? Where's my friendly steward helping me out? I know. It's like you get so used to it in just 1 week. It's ridiculous, right? And then you got to get off the ship and you're like, damn it, I want you to come home with me. I wanted to bring Elliot home from the Sky Princess. He was my bartender at the Good Spirits bars. I really wanted to bring Elliot home with me. He was such a great bartender and such a cool dude. So no buffet in the car to help you get home. I know. So people are asking if you can park in the port in Brooklyn. We've not been to Brooklyn yet. And I've heard good and bad about Brooklyn. Some people say, hey, Brooklyn's really good. I've heard other times where it's a bit unorganized at that terminal. So hopefully they're getting their stuff together there, because Brooklyn is coming on strong with MSC being there. And I think Priceless goes out of Brooklyn from time to time as well. So if anybody has suggestions for parking at the port in Brooklyn, please do go ahead and pipe in, because I've not parked there. And none of my clients have actually said anything. I mean, I have had New York clients go in, but I haven't really asked where they park. So I'll have to ask and see. I know I've had at least 1 or 2 go through Brooklyn. Most of them have gone through Manhattan, but that's a good question. I'll have to go reach out and see where they park and maybe get some answers.
Some of the New Yorkers chains are so prevalent, maybe they just trained it into the
city. They could have. So Christy said she wanted to bring home her main dining room attendant and his helper. I know, right? They're so great. They get to know you so well. I mean, I know, we all love anytime dining, so we can just go when we want. But when you've got that set dining time and you get to know your main dining room server and their attendant, they really do become family, and they get to know you, and they like to joke around with you. And even before you sit down, they're like, they're like, if you like soda, if you like Coke, you're going to sit down, and then boom, a Coke's going to be put right in front of you within the first 30 seconds of you sitting down. Really nice. That is the one nice thing about set dining, is that they do know you're there. So,
and if you have any allergies or special dietary issues, you really only have to explain it once.
That is true. Yeah, you only have to explain it once. And that's one of the things. If you have not seen it yet, go on our YouTube channel and check our live stream with Princess Cruises this past Thursday night. One of the things that Princess has is that ocean medallion, which I wear as a wristwatch. And one of the things it does allow them to do is they know where you are on the ship. But what Brett was saying is that what Princess wants to do with it in the future is that if you have allergies or you have certain needs, it will be part of that medallion. So when you walk up to your server, they're going to look at their phone or their iPad or whatever, and it's actually going to be right there. All that information is going to be right there every single time you go to a restaurant, every time you place an order or anything. Like anybody who interacts with you, they're going to see right away if you have allergies, if you have needs and things like that. I think that's a really cool use of it. Slavic is saying it's $45 a day in Brooklyn. Well, that doesn't surprise me, to be honest with you. That seems about right. So yeah, that is rather expensive. So and thank you for that, by the way. People who are chiming in about Brooklyn, thank you so very much for offering that information. That's great. I love that the community is sharing that information. So KB403, if you're flying into New York City, if JFK, take the MTA train, cheaper than Uber. If Newark, take the $18 bus to Manhattan. That's fabulous, KB403. That is absolutely fabulous. Thank you so very much for offering that. Ocean said the audio's out of sync. Well, if it is, I'm sorry. I have no control over that. I wish I did, but I do not. At one point, the app did close down, and I reopened it up, so maybe that's when it went out of sync. So just close your eyes. I look better if you close your eyes anyway. So Jada, you stayed in a pod hotel, which was fine in New York City. Is that one of the ones where like literally it's like you don't have a room or something like that, or you just have like a small room, something like that? They sound very interesting. So yeah. Let's see, man, we are getting toward the end of our show here, folks. I want to remind everybody, Thursday night, we will be back on YouTube live. Where's Walter Travel? And we'll be talking about the Princess Group Cruise. Plus, we're going to hopefully announce our second group cruise. It'll be in June or July of 2024. It's going to be on a family-based cruise line, so we're excited about that. I need to definitely cut this off right at 12 because I have multiple phone calls. We're booking some folks on a Disney Wish today. I'm very excited about that. I love that. And then I think we're getting somebody set up on their very first cruise as well later on this afternoon. So that's going to be amazing. So you have a small room in the pod with clothing drawers under the bed, very small, but that's cool. That's very cool. Thank you, Jada Kathy. I really appreciate that a lot. I love it when you all share. And I want to remind you all that we have the Sun Princess Group Cruise, October 19th through the 26th, 2024. We would love to have you come join us. The availability is rather limited right now. Just on the ship itself, has nothing to do with our group. Our group is set. We've got plenty of folks in our group. We can just keep adding to our group, but the ship itself is selling very, very well. So we've seen balcony categories disappearing left and right. So if you'd like to come join us, we'd love to have you come join us. You can finally meet the mysterious Miss Rebecca, because that's one way to meet her, is to come on the ship with us. And we will be offering an extra, somewhere around $100 onboard credit as well for joining the group. So if you book with us through the group, you will get some extra onboard credit. And of course, we're going to have some activities. I'm really hoping to have a cabin crawl, so you'll be able to go see what all the various cabins are like. We will be in a cove balcony right down on deck 6, down on the waterline. So yeah, you're starting to get addicted on our channel. That's nice. I guess we're a good addiction. I don't know. Are we a good addiction? Yeah, maybe we are. But yes. We're going to have to wrap this up just pretty much right on time because we do have additional calls coming up. So y'all have been keeping us super, super busy. So Thursday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, please come join us over on the YouTube channel. We're going to talk about our group cruises. And of course, every Sunday morning at 10:30 a.m., we're back here answering your questions as much as we can. And if we can do anything for your travels, hey, where's WalterTravel.com? Cruise, land, luxury, and expedition. So everybody, thank you. I'm going to sign off on YouTube first. Everybody over on the YouTube channel, thank you so much for spending your time with us today. We'll see you on Thursday night at 8:30 p.m. I think it's just going to be Rebecca and I flying solo. So we will be talking about our group cruises. So y'all have a great rest of your Sunday. Thank you.